Hi, I'm Tim Scales, the Director of the Center for Entrepreneurship here at Indiana University East. Today it's my pleasure to welcome another entrepreneur to the show of In Your Business. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Kevin is known as the Barbecue King here in Richmond, Indiana.
Oh.
Comes as no surprise to me because if you've ever enjoyed his food, you'll understand why he's the king of barbecue.
Well, thank you.
So, Kevin, what I like to do when we come to the show is get to know you, the person, and then we'll come around to the show and talk about your business.
Okay.
So, first, let's talk about you. Did you grow up here in Richmond, Indiana?
Yeah, I grew up here in Richmond, Indiana on South 11th Street. Went to C.R. Richardson and Hibbert and went to Richmond High School.
Okay.
Yep.
So you were born and raised here.
Yeah.
And as you were growing up, like all of us do as a child, we dream about what we're going to do when we get older.
Right.
What was your dreams?
Well, actually, I was going to dream. My dream was to be an architect. I wanted to design big buildings and houses and everything. And now look at me, I'm a chef. Who would ever know? You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
So what happened in that dream is you went through middle school and you went to high school and you're still going to be an architect?
Yeah, well, when I was in middle school and high school, I was cooking a little bit, and I used to watch my aunts and everybody cook, and then just thought I was going to be an architect or a baseball player too. I love baseball, so but I hurt my knee, and then I thought I'd be an architect and went to ITT for a little while and was going to be an architect, and then that didn't work out, so I became a chef. I started cooking in restaurants and just became a chef, and that's how that worked.
Okay, so let's talk about that transition, because you're watching your aunts cook and they were teaching you, and maybe they didn't even know they were teaching you.
Right.
And you were just picking it up.
Just picking it up, watching, and they used to tell me, get out of the kitchen. But my one Aunt Mary Ellen, I used to watch her all the time, and she used to let me watch her, so picked up a lot of stuff from her.
And did you realize you were trying to learn?
No, I didn't. You
were just enjoying it.
Just enjoying it, yeah.
So we found what you were passionate about. So you went to ITT, is that correct?
ITT in Indianapolis, yep.
And you were studying architectural
engineering, yep.
Okay. And you say that didn't work, and one day you realized, I'm out of here.
Right.
And so you left there. And
left there, and then I went to Atlanta, and went down there with family. And my uncle has his own construction company down there, so I went down there to help him for a little while. And as that goes, construction, you're on and off, you work and you get laid off. But then I started cooking in restaurants, and then learned from different chefs and different things like that, and then went from there on.
So you took a leap. You left Richmond, Indiana.
Yep.
You went to Atlanta to work for your uncle in construction.
Yes.
And so what did he have you doing?
Just labor. We did doors and hardware. His first big job was we did all the doors in the Georgia Dome.
Okay.
Over 1,500 doors in the Georgia Dome. We did it. And now they're getting ready to build a new stadium down there. So that tells you how it's going down there.
Did you enjoy that?
It was good. Yeah. It was good, yeah.
So you go there thinking you're going to do construction, and there's seasonal times. There's times
seasonal.
when you were not working,
Right.
times you were.
Right.
And when you were not working, you were cooking.
Yep, I started cooking in restaurants, and actually learned from my first restaurant was R. Thomas Deluxe Grill in Buckhead, and learned from Richard Thomas and Jimmy, his son, and they taught me a lot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened then? You started cooking there. Did you continue to do the construction for several years?
Yeah, I did both jobs. Actually, once the construction started, I would cook at night and work during the daytime. And then, did both jobs for a little while sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after that, then it got too contentious here, and I said, well, which one am I going to pick? You know what I'm saying? So I picked, I wanted to be a cook, and my uncle just let me go on my own, and, became a chef, and self-taught chef. I learned from I never went to school for cooking or nothing, just self-taught and experience, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you start a place there in Atlanta?
Well, I started, in Atlanta, there's a lot of places that let you rent kitchens. A lot of bars down there, they don't want to deal with the food, so they would let you rent the kitchen, and that's what I did. I rent the kitchen and created my own menu, my own kitchen, just pay the owner rent for the kitchen. Yep, and created my own.
That's great.
Yep.
That's good, because that's entrepreneurs working together.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you left the construction business, you became a chef, you rented space, and made your own happen.
Yeah, made my own happen, and then actually, before I did that, I used to actually pack sandwiches, box sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, and fruit cups, and go around to all the barber shops and stuff along in Stone Mountain and Atlanta, And that got my name out. That got me, you know, getting people in their face and starting to see people and all that. So I got my name out and everything like that. So that helped out a lot.
So you're providing their lunch for them?
Yeah, providing their lunch. I started out with 25 sandwiches a day and went up to 200 on a day.
So you're delivering 200 sandwiches a day?
Yeah, 200.
Were they pre-ordered? Or
No, just boxing coolers up and taking them out and getting rid of them. I've never come home once. I'm not coming back with none. We'll get rid of them.
Man, I think I could learn from you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after that, then I start taking my grill around behind me. And then, you know, they see the grill, that just instant sell, you know.
How did you take your grill? Was it
on my trailer, you know, a mobile grill, and then I would pull up in the barbershop parking lot or whatever and set up, you know, and they let me set up sometimes and sell food and do that.
So at that point, you must have left the sandwiches and went into something
Yeah,
else, right?
yeah. Well, no, I was doing both. I had the sandwich. You could get a cold sandwich if you wanted. If not, I had hot barbecue on the grill.
Okay, okay.
Yep, do whatever you know. Had salads too sometimes for the ladies, you know, that like salads and stuff. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so you grew that in Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
And tell me about what happened after that, because you're back in Richmond, Indiana now.
Well, I came back to Richmond to be closer to family. My grandpa was up here, and he got to an age where he couldn't travel no more, so I came back and then be closer to him and family up here, and seen a little spot that I grew up with on 13th and L, and it was available, and took it and been there for 4 years actually now.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'm fascinated because I just discovered it a year ago.
Right.
And I grew up in Richmond also.
Okay.
And yet, last year is when I finally discovered
Right.
KC's
Right.
has this barbecue right there at 13th and L, which is close to my home.
Yes, sir.
So I came in, and I come back on a regular basis now because I thoroughly enjoy it.
Oh, well, we appreciate you.
But what was it before?
It used to be, when I was growing up as a kid, a little Mexican taco place back in the day.
Okay.
Yep. I can't think of the name of it, but it'll come to me. But it used to be a little taco place back in the day. Actually, when we was kids, we used to be able to go from leave for lunch and go over there and get tacos, you know, for lunch, you know, and go to the Dairy Queen on 9th Street, you know, and get lunch. But now they can't let the kids go nowhere for lunch now.
They may not come back.
Right.
Did you go back?
Yeah, we went back. Yeah,
Okay.
we went back. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was good.
Yeah.
You were a good kid.
Yeah.
So your location is it's actually HomeFresh Catering.
HomeFresh Catering.
As well as KC's.
Chef KC. Yep. HomeFresh.
Chef KC is you.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And tell us about the catering.
The catering part is basically I cater whatever you need, you know, deliver it to you, bring, you know, whatever you need. Just catering, your weddings, your anniversaries, your Christmas parties, whatever you need.
Okay. Do you have a menu already prepared?
Yeah, we have a menu prepared on our website, you know, and everything.
And then
basically, and then some catering is based on your event, what you're trying to do, your budget. You know, I work with whatever your budget is, or you know, whatever I can do to provide. And some churches, you know, I've done things for churches and different things like that. You know.
So basically, we start with your menu, but we can work from there.
Yeah,
and
we'll
customize it.
And even though that you see the barbecue and smoke, I do more than barbecue. I do Italian, Mexican food, Chinese food. I can do a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the catering, and you've done the catering for 4 years as well?
Yeah, I've done the catering up there for 4 years, but I've been doing catering. We used to work for a company in Atlanta and learn from doing catering back there too for a guy and a girl, Jerry Catering, you know, helped doing catering with that.
Okay. And then in addition to it, you've got the storefront.
Yeah.
And I mean, the storefront's the 13th and L,
Yeah.
South 13th
South
and L.
13th and L.
And that's where you make the food preparation and everything, right?
Yeah.
That's where it happens from.
Yeah, everything there. Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. Now, there at the storefront, same way. You've got a full menu. People come in, they purchase and go. Is that correct?
Yep. We got a nice little carry-out spot, and they got some picnic tables outside if they like to sit down and eat outside. Yeah, when it's nice here in Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're there year-round.
Yeah. Well, it's seasonal here in Richmond, just based on the weather sometimes, you know.
Okay. And so tell me about your hours. Do you open every single day?
Open Wednesday through Sunday, you know, 4 to 10 Wednesday and Saturday and Sunday, and then Thursday and Friday noon to 10 p.m.
Okay. So you take Monday and Tuesday?
Take Monday and Tuesday to prepare for the next day, and then to take care of bills and all that other stuff that you got to take care of as far as having your own business.
Sure. Well, that's a great transition for me.
Right.
Because what happens is, first I wanted to know about you.
Right.
And you know, you certainly made a change.
Right.
You knew what you were thinking. Everybody wanted you to be an architect.
Right.
And you thought you need to go into construction.
Right.
But you found your true passion is to be a chef.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And that's what happens to us. It comes out. And so we found that out. Now we transitioned to the fact that you went to Atlanta. That's where you got your start as a chef. You came back to Richmond. That's where your roots are.
Right.
That's where you belong.
Right.
And so now you have a great catering service as well as a storefront. You're helping people find great food.
Right.
But you're an entrepreneur. Do you ever think you're going to be an entrepreneur?
No, I didn't. Never did. You know, never did at all. Like I said, I actually, like I said, I wanted to be either be an architect or a baseball player. I thought I was actually going to be a baseball player. You know, really too. But that, you know, that didn't work out.
Kevin, did you ever play baseball?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you good?
Oh yeah. I was good.
Okay.
I don't want to brag about myself.
What
but
position?
I played shortstop.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Very good.
But-
Now let's talk about the business, though.
okay.
So when I teach business here at the university, I have a lot of students that study business, but they're not sure what they're going to do. Okay, some of them say they think they're going to be an accountant. Others think they're going to be a manager. Somebody's going to be a marketer. Who knows? But in business, we have to do all that.
Exactly.
So when you open your business, you become an entrepreneur. You have to do the accounting and the finance. You have to do the HR and the management. You have to set the schedule. You decide if you're going to open at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. You decide if you're going to close at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. And your inventory. What happens if you get busy and run out of food?
Right. I either run out, or if I want to make the customers happy, I just have to run to a secondary store to, you know, to go get something on the fly if I need to. I try to make everybody happy as I can, but
Sure.
you know, sometimes in this business you can't please everybody, but you try as best as you can. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I think you're pleasing a lot of people.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But all those things that go into business, whether it be hiring people, how many employees do you have?
I just have two.
So
you know.
2 in addition to yourself.
Right.
And so what are those 2 people?
Well, I have a
do?
cashier, somebody to help me with the customers and answer the phone and everything, so I ain't got to do everything, you know. And then
Right.
I have somebody to help me with the dishes and delivery. Yep.
Okay. You have an interesting business, though, Kevin.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I've been in there several times.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And you know, occasionally I'll come in and maybe it's a slow time. You and I might even get to chat for a minute or two.
Right.
But other times I come in and there's just people lined up.
Yeah, that's crazy how that works. Sometimes, like I said, we'll be slow all day, and then everybody just come. Sometimes people like to eat all at the same time, so yeah,
So
it's
you
crazy.
you have an individual that does dishwashing and delivery.
Yeah, yeah.
And trying to get that person out on delivery's got to be difficult. How do you manage that?
Oh well, it's just based on the delivery, and if you know we set it up. You know, if they call, we have delivery, I just call him right away. Hey, we got delivery. If he's there, we got delivery, and just run it. You know, just come
So
on
he's
back.
right there close where he can get
Yeah.
there immediately. And
Yeah.
what's your area for delivery?
Oh, we'll deliver wherever we can if it's reasonable. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I done took food. Actually, took food last time to Eaton or Lewisburg or somewhere. He just took food to.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're not limiting your market.
No, not really. No.
So that's great.
Trying to
It's
get
just-
people to get my food all over if they can. Yeah.
So if they can plan ahead a little bit, that probably helps.
Yeah. If they plan ahead, which is no problem, we can get it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I want to
Yeah.
get back to this, you being an entrepreneur, because
Okay.
when you came back to Richmond and you had the opportunity to capture that location where you grew up and start the business, what were you thinking? Did you realize 4 years later you're going to be where you're
No,
at?
actually, I didn't. I didn't realize that. I just said, let's go for it. Let's try something here in the little town, in my hometown, and let's see what happens. You know.
Yeah.
And with the social media and all that, so they were starting to see a little bit of me in Atlanta, starting to see me come back up here, and so that kind of helped out a little bit too with the social media and everybody seeing the pictures of my food and all that stuff too. So
Sure.
that kind of helps out.
So you made the commitment, though, to opening this and becoming the king of barbecue for Richmond, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
But as you did that, did you realize how many hours you're going to work?
No, I didn't, but I did because I had a lot of training from past jobs and different things that I've worked at, you know, that I've worked, like I say, worked my way from the bottom, worked my way up, and learned that sometimes if you want to leave, you can't. You know, you got to finish this, or there's other people that was leaving, but it helped me learn to stay and to fight harder for what I was going to have to work for my business. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? Because because I see the owners that I was working for still staying or whatever. So I see, oh, they're doing it. So I'm going to have to, if I'm going to own my own, but I'm going to have to do that one day. I'm going to have to stay and deal with this, or something break down, I have to still stay and deal with it. You know, still stay and just have to deal with what you have to deal with as far as owning your own business.
Sure,
you know?
but tell me what that looks like. How many hours a day do you work?
Oh, shoot, it can range between 14 to 16, 18 hours a day. It just depends. You probably get 2 hours sleep sometimes. Like sometimes when I do catering, I've done third shifts. I've done all the shifts for different factories, first, second, and third. So some days I ain't sleep at all. I'm, you know, up cooking and taking care, make sure first shift is done by lunch, by 11. Third shift is at 7 p.m. sometimes, and then second shift is at 7 p.m. lunch, or 5 to 7. And then third shift, they got to be there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So,
wow, wow. So
I've
really
done that
are.
a couple of times here for a few factories here in Richmond.
Wow.
So, you know, them nights I slept maybe an hour.
So you're used to long
Oh, yeah.
days, and
Oh,
do
yeah.
you do that every day, or
No, not every day, you know, but, you know, 4 or 5 days a week, yeah.
so
But
sometimes you get a day off?
sometimes. That's why I work hard and then I take a vacation and play hard. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Sometimes I might not take a day off, but when I do take a day, I take a vacation and take them days off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get back to the fact, though, that in business we have all these different things, from accounting to finance to
Right.
management and marketing and all of the things that go into it, and there's a lot.
Right.
And you're responsible for all of that.
Right.
But you're also responsible for other areas of business people don't even think about. Your parking lot.
Right.
You have to control that.
Right.
And if there's a problem, you got to solve it.
Right.
And that could be as simple as snow.
Yeah, snow problem. We got to keep that clean for the customers. We don't want nobody falling and stuff out there, and so they can get through.
Right, right. So a lot of things that go into the business beyond what people even realize. But I wanted you to tell me, being the entrepreneur, what's been the greatest reward for you?
The greatest reward is just being that I'm my own boss, I guess, you know, and I work for myself, you know, and if you can do that, I suggest everyone to try to do that, you know. It's hard to work for somebody if you can. I mean, if you can't, you know, but the reward is working for yourself and
Okay.
having, you know, paying your bills and making sure, just working for yourself, and you ain't got to answer to nobody. I guess that's the reward.
But you make a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah, you got to make a lot of sacrifices. Yes, you do. Yes,
Yeah?
you do.
So before the show, we were talking a little bit about that, because one of the things you're very responsible for is payroll.
Yeah, payroll. Yeah.
So tell me about that. How does that work?
Yeah, payroll. Sometimes if it's slow, I don't get paid. You know, I make sure the bills are paid and my employees are paid, but sometimes I may not get paid. You
Yeah.
know, but that's the part of the sacrifice. But then you got sometimes it may be good, and then you just make up, and you can pay yourself a little extra when it's good. You know.
Sure.
You know?
That's one of the tough times. But
Yeah.
but let's also talk about that. What's been one of the most challenging things about being an entrepreneur?
Let's see. Just dealing with stuff every day. You never know what's going to happen. Either the cooler may be broke down, or the electrical is something with the problem, or you never know. You never know. So, there's always something when you got your own business.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I want you to think back 4 years ago when you started the business.
Okay.
Okay? It was there. You had a vision. You had a dream.
Right.
You had an idea thinking, I can make this work.
Right. Because no one has been in that shop after the Mexican restaurant back in the early 80s has
Yeah.
really made that work.
So how long has it sat there just?
Well, when I got it, it was set there for maybe 2 or 3 years before
Okay.
I got it. But no one's been in there 4 years. Like people's only last maybe a year if they've
really?
been in that building. Yeah,
And so you took a real
2
challenge.
at the most. I've heard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I took a real challenge on that location. But with them building L Street up a little bit, and everybody cuts through there, they see it. So I think it's working a little bit. But as far as they still don't know if it's part of the store, there's some people that still don't understand it. But people that know here, grew up on that side, know about it. Yeah.
Sure. So basically, you took a chance, and your timing and luck
Yeah.
had to come into place.
Right. And then with me having the grill out there smoking kind of helps it out too, being a
It
visual.
does. It
Yeah.
smells great.
Yeah. yeah.
As you're driving by,
Right,
a lot of
people
times
can
you'll
smell
know
it.
it.
Yeah. But and that's the thing too. Now a lot of restaurants here that try to sell barbecue, you go by their restaurants and you don't smell no barbecue. You don't smell no grill because they're
Right.
probably oven baking it or whatever. But you come to my spot, you're gonna get natural, real barbecue off the grill.
Sure, and I know I've driven by many
Right.
times.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get no
smelled it,
liquid
so,
smoke or nothing baked in the oven trying to say they smoked it. So you're gonna get real barbecue here.
And you like to explore still.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're still just like you were as a child.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
You experiment with different things.
Oh yeah, and then don't take me wrong. I go out and taste everybody's stuff too. I like to see, people that cook, like to cook good as me, or like to cook. I like to go out and have dinner sometimes too, and let other people cook for me too.
Sure.
My family, everybody in my family can cook. You know what I'm saying? All my aunts and my mom. I actually learned from my mom and all my aunts and my grandmothers and everyone. So. My family always gets together and always has a little challenge, dessert challenge or something like that too.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the way you like to explore, because that's what entrepreneurs do. Every day is different.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
right. There's
yeah.
new challenges and new opportunities, but you also try new things too. And I tried some cheese soup.
Oh yeah,
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I try to make a daily special every day. Try to make something different. So, it just ain't barbecue. Try to make some dirt. The people like the dirty rice and. I make chicken Alfredo. Did you ever get that?
I did, yes.
The chicken
Yes, I
Alfredo
did.
and just different things. Yeah.
That's great. So, give me an idea what you think your future looks like.
My future, I don't know. I'm trying to decide that right now. I'm trying to decide the future now to see how much longer. I would actually like to stay here in Richmond. I would like to be seasonal here in Richmond and go back and forth. I'm trying to get back to the South if I can, because I left my customers and family down there. They've been dying for me to get back, but I would like to be seasonal up here in Richmond if I can, and go to down south and be down there in the wintertime if I can. But I don't know. I'm just playing it by ear and trying to work on new plans. But I like Richmond. It's a small little town, and I like my hometown.
Well, I think we're fortunate to have you. So,
Oh yeah.
We'll do anything we can to selfishly keep you.
Oh right. And I'm always come back with my grill smoking if something ever happened. Who knows?
Sure.
But
So in addition though to the rewards of owning your own business, what do you think some of the biggest challenges have been though?
Biggest challenges is just dealing with, like I said, dealing with every day. Every day is a challenge of owning your own business. Every day is a challenge. And making sure the customers are happy and making sure your food is prepared right. And because I don't want to give out bad food, or I want to make sure everything. That's why I'm there cooking. I don't want to give out bad stuff. I want everything to be 100% every time if I can,
Okay.
But sometimes you, like I say, can't make everybody happy, but you try to do everything you can to make
Sure,
it right, to make it right.
Let's talk about your advertising promotion.
Okay.
Because how do you do that? How do you get your word out?
Well, right now, I've been blessed with word of mouth and social media. Facebook or Instagram and Twitter and all that, and basically word of mouth has been here in Richmond. Just like. And then I also have a website, www.homefreshcatering-chefkc.com, and it's helped me out a lot. Like, people can go in there and look at my menus, and Google, I'm on Google too. So
Okay. So it's kind of interesting because we have almost a new way of having word of mouth. It's
right,
called social media.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you don't have to go out and tell your own story. You've got people going out and telling your story.
Yeah, sometimes, yes, and that helps out. Yeah.
Okay. So if I was to ask you for some advice, as I teach these students entrepreneurship,
Okay.
it's difficult in the classroom to really simulate what's really happening in the market.
Right.
But what kind of advice would you give them?
Just don't give up. Keep your head up. Keep going. Like Tupac said, keep your head up and keep going. And you're going to run across some struggles and hard times, but if this is what you want to do, your heart and your passion's there, just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's all. You just got to keep going.
And we never know what the future's going to bring.
Never
do we?
know. Yeah. And
it's inside of you, and you brought it out of yourself, so that's great.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. And I really appreciate this. I never imagined this. you know.
It's great to have you here.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin,
I appreciate
I say
this.
thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
And everything you're doing. And like I said, we'd love to keep you here,
Yes,
but
sir.
we're not going to be selfish.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd love to stay, you know.
And I think you will.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
So that's awesome. Thanks again for watching another episode of In Your Business. Today we learned from Kevin. Kevin owns HomeFresh Catering here in Richmond, Indiana, but he also has the barbecue there on 13th and L on the south side of Richmond. And you know, it's his passion. It's what he grew up wanting to do. He thought he wanted to be a baseball player. He thought he wanted to be an architect, but the truth is he was being a chef. And that's how you become the king of barbecue in Richmond, Indiana, is by following your passion and being a great chef. Thanks again for watching In Your Business.